Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the Mascherano card to review. This is obviously a Liverpool legend, so if I ever make some sort of squad in the future when it comes to this bad boy in the team, it would definitely be pretty sick to work with. I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? Guys, with Mascherano, we're taking a look at a card who gives you some pretty cool links. First off, that's awesome to work with by itself, but the fact that this card is a 3-star player, he has a low high work rate with a short and lean minus body type. That type of stuff is going to be interesting to work with, because with the height being the way that it is, we need to see what he's like playing in a 2 CDM role, 1 CDM role, all that good stuff, because I do feel like in this year's game, I do prefer the bigger dudes, you know, like Palinga's card, he doesn't have the pace, right? Which it'd be nice if he did have the pace, but the height is fantastic to have, okay? So with Mascherano, obviously in his case, we're going to give him the shadow chemistry style because, guys, I know that it's definitely going to be mostly hunters and shadows as of right now, because pace is not necessarily like a huge thing in the game, but it is at the same time, because you always want to be able to catch up to people when you overcommit. That's the big thing. That's the kicker, okay? So this card is going to have 84 acceleration with 84 for sprint speed, so some very, very good stuff there. And then defensive stats is going to be perfect. You know, it's going to be 99 for pretty much everything, which is absolutely fantastic. Shot power on the card is going to be at a 77. This is not a card to shoot with. We're not going to shoot at all with this card. It's mainly going to be seeing what his defensive capabilities is like, because this card can play in the center back position. He can play in the CDM position, which makes sense because Liverpool, I think for Liverpool, he was mainly a CDM for us. Or was he a center back? Hard to say, because we used to have Xabi Alonso during that time period too. So it's weird to say, you know? You know, it's hard to remember. I know in Barcelona, he definitely played center back more. I think he was a CDM in Liverpool. We did have Xabi Alonso during that time period too. I think we did. Hard to remember. But shooting, we're not going to test that out. No point, honestly. Passing, we can see some passing here and there. It's definitely in a very good area. So obviously, if you get into good areas, once you get the ball, it'll be nice to be able to do certain passes if you want to be able to make them. The dribbling on the card is in an interesting area, because he's at a 71 for agility, 80 for balance, 66 for dribbling, but he's a shorter player, right? So again, for cards like this, we want to test them out mainly defensively, so no big deal there because of the fact that he's a smaller player. Again, defensive stats is going to be close to the perfect area for everything except for defensive awareness, which with medium high or low high, it's pretty much perfect, right? And then for physical capabilities, a card has aggression, he's got stamina, jumping, all of that good stuff. So definitely a very, very interesting card to try out. So yeah, we will be mainly using him in the CDM position. We're going to see what he's like. Hopefully he is a beast.
Well, that's exactly what his team needed, because they weren't at their best in the first half. And once again, it shows what a key player he is. Can they build on that in the second 45?
Yep, nice.
Is on creativity. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising.
Great reach there.
Park. Can they forge ahead?
Mascherano.
Jota went in strongly to win the ball. Ronaldo.
Mascherano.
Bernardo Silva, whenever we get the chance. What kind of performance might we see from him in this one, Stuart?
Well, can he finish it here, Derek?
Oh, no way, man.
Arnold plays with Reguilon in the fullback positions. Sergi Darder plays with Fred in central midfield. And the story in attack is one of a
Toronto from behind.
Tremendously strong in the tackle. Can they take the lead?
Nice. Good finish, Rashford. Only way I'm going to score normally is from doing the kickoff. Let's go. Yeah, it's Mascherano.
Well, they couldn't keep that sequence going, unfortunately.
Nice, nice, nice.
Spot on with that tackle.
Nice.
And Bernardo Silva has it.
Really like the way they've got the ball from back to front, then how the forwards have got away from their markers, and the speed of their attacks as well. It's been a really impressive first half.
Rashford. Well, it looked highly promising, but they got nothing out of it. Park. And he's made head.
Oh, it's split between two players there.
And Bernardo Silva has it.
Oh, I wish I got that.
But attacking possibilities. Bernardo Silva. Chance for Bernardo Silva. They're getting right
Nice.
on top of their Javier Mascherano. Bad pass.
Nice.
Easy for the keeper. Park Ji-sung. On to Jesus. Untidy on the ball.
Please, Mascherano. Yes, you beast.
Jesus. Having won the ball back, they might be able to profit.
Come on, man. Shit. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Mascherano card for FIFA 23. So, guys, a few things that you notice with this card. Obviously, when you use him in the game, I personally wouldn't use him at center back. I like the big physical guys, man. I feel like the big physical guys, they make a difference. So I do feel like people are mainly going to be using this card as a CDM, but the position change thing, right, is more helpful if you're, let's say, for instance, you're lined up in a 5-back and then you have 2 center mids, cam, 2 strikers, and you want to switch in-game to a 4-back. That's what the use is going to be for a card like this, right? Switching to that center back position, CDM in-game, is going to be what people are going to be looking forward to. Because like I said, man, having the big physical dudes in the center back position, in my opinion, just makes more sense, okay? So guys, with Mascherano, you obviously want to give him the shadow chemistry style, boost the pace, the defending as much as possible. So a few things that you notice with this card. Honestly, he's a pretty decent CDM. I don't mind him whatsoever. What I will say is that I would prefer to have a little bit more height when it comes to certain defensive stuff. Because here's the thing, right? A card like Mascherano being shorter, there's sometimes where he goes for like a reach animation, or he's trying to like intercept the ball where like he wouldn't get it. But if you had like a taller player there, it would be helpful. Now, what's the difference between the two? Transition speed for a card like this will be a little bit quicker because of the fact that he's shorter. So your transition speed moving left and right will be a little bit better. So sometimes, right, you can have a good combination play as long as you do something like this. So if this card is the low-high work rated card and you're playing him in that CDM position, let's say it's a 2 CDM lineup, try not to have another short player next to him. Try to have a taller player, right? Like if you could put like a, you know, a Llorente card or something, right? A Llorente would be very, very nice. In Mascherano's case, CDM position by himself, again, I feel like the main thing that you'll notice is going to be height. Dribbling on the ball, you notice a tiny bit, but again, you just want to pass the ball off as quick as possible, work those spaces as much as possible. In his case, literally the only thing that I genuinely noticed was his height sometimes being a letdown, right? So if we take a look at some comparisons between him and the other midfielders in this league, so we're going to do CDM mostly, right? And then we're going to do, that is a Liga Santander card? Liga Santander card, okay. So we'll go Liga Santander for this. Liga Santander. Okay, positions, CDM, bang. Okay, so we have Rafael Marquez that can play in that position, who is a taller player, so that is something to take into consideration. Kessié is a high work rate card. So Kessié, I could see still being good this year, but the work rate difference is a really big deal, okay? So really take that into consideration, because if you use Kessié in your team, guys, you could totally do that 100%, but it would have to kind of be one stay back, the other stay back, right? In both of those situations, whereas Kessié will sometimes utilize that high work rate of his. The other cards are just cheaper options. So from what I see so far, the only other viable option that you have is Marquez, who can do the same thing in regards to center back CDM, but doesn't give you Argentinian links. And the Argentinian links is definitely a very helpful thing to work with, right? So food for thoughts when it comes to the CDMs that currently exist. But is he worth the price? For a Liga Santander CDM, I guess so, because there's really nobody else that has similar work rates like that will offer that same thing to you, right? So he's the only one that currently does that. But if they do at some point in the future release a taller player that's medium high, probably going to be a better option to work with, right? But regardless, I think the card is really good. 192k for the links that you have and for what he offers in game for the current, cards that exist. It does make sense in my opinion. So I enjoyed him. If I ever make a Liverpool team in the future, he's joining the club right away, and he's still going to be very good in the meta of the game. I like transitioning quickly. The transition quickly is very, very important. So yeah, very good card. Liked him a lot. Just notice the height sometimes, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.